Hello, YouTube. It's me, John Avenger, once again, and welcome to another non Marvel superhero film month. And this is a doozy, man. This is a film that came out last year. It's not a Marvel film. And no, it's not Suicide Squad, because I already reviewed that. And it's not Batman vs Superman. It is the animated, R rated, gritty, and dark film Batman the Killing Joke. Yes, I finally saw this movie a couple days ago and I really enjoyed it. I know a lot of critics were very mixed on this because it disrespects the source material. I'll get to that in a little bit. But as an animated film that was R rated, that took a lot of risks, it's actually pretty good. I don't think it's horribly written. I've seen worse. Like I said, Suicide Squad wishes it was this movie. And I will say why. The movie is an animated film, but it's not for children. This is a very dark, very bloody, very gritty, very freaking atmospheric kind of a film. It's very quiet at times too. Yeah, I get it. The first 30 minutes do suck. I'm gonna say that right now. Only because not because I don't care about Batgirl, but she has nothing to do with the Killing Joke until like the second half of it. But what's there? There's a lot of blood. It doesn't hold back. There's even like partial nudity in the film. There's a scene where Jim Gordon's getting tortured in the carnival, which is I didn't need to see him. He was like half naked. They didn't show his penis. Thankfully, I don't need to see that. And the film, when people get shot, you see the blood splatter. It's not like in Nolan's trilogy where someone gets shot, you don't see anything. You just see boom, they fall, and that's it. Here, they show what happens because remember, this is Gotham City. Gotham City is the darkest of all of these superhero locations. National City and Central City and Star City, all these cities from DC, superhero shows and movies. It's the darkest, like beyond the shadow of a doubt. And basically, yeah, the first 30 minutes are Batman and Batgirl having a canoodling. The sex scene was nothing. I saw the sex scene. It's basically they're struggling with each other. She bends over and kisses him. She takes her shirt off, and that's it. There's no tits. There's no ass. There's nothing. It's just that. Again, what was the problem with that? This movie was not meant for children. So, and then seeing her in her panties and everything, I'm like, hey, it's not problematic because of Batgirl because she's sexy. Hey, they did a different take with a character that I do like. I prefer Supergirl because that's my girl. Melissa Benoist already made that my first love of DC superhero heroines. But Batgirl's not terrible in the movie. Her actress is great. Tara Strong is always good to hear her voice. She's good as Supergirl as Batgirl. The problem is it's filler basically because what the meat of the story is the Killing Joke with the Joker voiced by Mark freaking Hamill. Fuck you, new Star Wars movies. There, thank you very much. Mark Hamill is better than anything in your new movies. This man still can play the Joker. He still sounds like this. Joker here, I just love to put a smile on people's faces. That is a voice that will live forever. No matter what happens in episode 8 and 9, Mark Hamill is still the freaking man. After the first half of the movie, where it's just, a bunch of random stuff with Batgirl, finding this guy, this, I think, drug dealer or whatever that's in the area that they're looking for, the police are looking for him. And he's flirting with her and everything. And then Batman, it's good to see Kevin Conroy play Batman again. This guy is the voice of Batman. He's still badass. He's still got voice presence. And every scene that he talks with Tara Strong is like, no, I don't need you to be involved. I want you off this case. They have a pretty good rapport. I don't see what that's so tragic. I didn't read the comic, okay? Even if I do read the comic, it's not going to piss me off because it's an adaptation. You can only do so much with an adaptation. I don't think there's any comic book movie that's exactly like the comic. They always have to take liberties and change stuff because that's the way things are between an adaptation and the actual source material. As long as the movie is entertaining, I'm all for it. Joker steals every scene. His song, I Go Loony, crazy imagery, very dramatic, thematic elements. You see Barbara being tortured. That's really really sadistic, dude. This is the Joker I wanted to see in Suicide Squad. David Ayer, not some 5 minute cameo where he does nothing and he's torturing. I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna hurt you. Real, really bad. No, He could do better than that. Hamill steals every single scene. He's like, I don't, and yet also the backstory of the Joker didn't bother me. These assholes that said that giving the Joker a backstory is a mistake. He had a pregnant wife and she gets killed, and he's so depressed. And then he falls into the vat of chemicals, just like the '89 film, and he becomes a Joker. What is the problem? Huh? The first 30 minutes, okay. You didn't need the sex scene. You could have taken that out, and Batgirl could have been in 5 minutes. You didn't need her to be in 30 minutes. But the other 40 minutes is freaking awesome. The rapport between Joker and Batman that's still there. The ending of the movie, yeah, I'm gonna spoil it. Just the last scene, he tells a joke to Batman and he's laughing his ass off, and then Batman is laughing with him, and the movie ends. That is freaking brilliant, dude. DC, when it comes to their animated films, they take risks and they're ballsy and they're R-rated and they can freaking take chances. They can put blood in the movie. Oh my God, people actually bleed? Yes, they do. DCEU. People, when they get shot, they're going to bleed. At least Batman v Superman, when he scratches Clark's face, there's blood. When Batman says, "Do you bleed? You will." There we go. And in this movie, everybody that gets shot or punched or destroyed get bleeds. Not that I'm saying blood makes a movie, but if it's Gotham or it's freaking, Gotham City in an animated R-rated environment, I want to see the freaking actual violence. I don't want to see boom and then they fall. It's not enough for me. I'm in my 30s now. I think I can handle blood in an animated film. Akira is not a kids movie either. But anyway, the film is really done well. I think the animation is like an anime style. A bunch of Japanese animators did this. It looks fantastic. The score is good. It's atmospheric. I felt like I was in Gotham. And every time the Joker's on scene, there's a scene where Batman's talking to this guy. He's putting some cards, and it's not the Joker. See, this movie has a twist that's better than any Shyamalan twist that he can ever do. He's putting the cards down, playing solitaire. He pulls the guy in front, and it's just a guy with a painted face. It's not the Joker. And he's like, "Where is he?" And I'm like, "See, I love freaking Batman. This is why I'm glad that Disney doesn't own Batman. They would pussify him if they put him in some PG-13, mess like they did with Star Wars. No, I'm not gonna let that go. Batman is a badass anti-hero. He doesn't answer to nobody. He's a vigilante. He's gonna pull your ass to the freaking wall and say, give him you better give him the information he wants, because if you don't, he'll break your freaking neck, dude. That's my kind of a hero. Not a Mary Sue with freaking superpowers. Not some tough chick with beaver teeth and eyes like this. No. Batman has always been iconic. I really enjoyed this film. I would have put this as an honorable mention of last year because it's dark and gritty, and this got a 50% of Rotten Tomatoes. Suck it, Rotten Tomatoes. You gave a freaking 70 something percent to Fembusters, and that movie's not funny. It's not funny, okay? That has nothing. That has empty jokes, a bad casting, bad writing, bad direction, bad CGI, bad freaking story, and actresses that most of them I don't give a shit about. Here, I like Tara Strong's voice for what little she had to do. I love Kevin Conroy's voice as Batman. And Mark Hamill, this is him as his best. He is milking every single bit of dialogue in the movie because he loves this comic. He's like, "Oh, I don't need any help." And I'm like, yeah, exactly. I don't want to be cured. I want to be crazy. The world's crazy. I love that man's voice, okay? Let me say this right in front of everybody and that's going to see this video. Mark Hamill is going to be the only thing you got in episode 8 because that man is in his 60s and he can still kick ass when he does acting. He does. Voice acting is the reason why he's done it for over 20 years. And the Joker is one of his greatest creations. Because this is before Heath Ledger got his chance. Before Heath Ledger and after Nicholson, there was Mark Hamill. And that guy just milks everything. His laugh is still freaking fantastic. He's like, love that laugh. I freaking love that laugh. The Joker's one of the best villains in any comic book. In any freaking, comic book movie or any freaking comic book, he villain. He's just one of a kind. There's a reason he's lasted for decades, and he was the main villain in the Batman Lego Batman movie. He's iconic. Making him a stupid cameo in Suicide Squad is insulting. This is how you do it right. And the Lego Batman movie, that's how you do it right. And I nothing against Zach Galifianakis as the voice of the Joker in Lego Batman. He's no Mark Hamill though. That man milks every single scene that he's in. Just every single bit of dialogue. He's not phoning it in. He's like just he loves the comic. And when you love the source material and you give it all you got, that makes me enjoy it more. And this movie's not long. It's like 78 minutes, under 2 hours. See, Nolan, you don't need to make a 3 hour Batman movie to get your point across. This is very fast paced. First half of it, I could do without, Batgirl, she's cute, sexy at times, but the sex scene not really needed. It's not controversial. They don't show any tits or anything, but it's not really needed. And the whole subplot in the beginning, I was like, it's there. I like the violence and Batman being there, but the movie doesn't start until they see the dead bodies with the smiles on their faces like this. That's when the movie gets freaking serious, dude. And Tevya, you're right. This is an awesome freaking movie. Screw the haters, screw the haters, screw the haters. I would take this over Rogue One any day because it has blood and it's gritty and it's more for adults. It doesn't pander to children. Because guess what, people? Batman is a very dark story. He's a very tragic anti hero that lost both his parents were murdered in front of him. How could you make that for children? Sorry, you can't do that in an animated world. The Dark Knight Returns wasn't for children either, and I'm glad. I'm an adult. I've grown up. I was a kid when the animated series came out, and I saw that, and that was really dark for the 90s. Now that I'm an adult, I can watch anything with blood in it because it distract me. And the violence is justified in this movie because it's R, because they don't really curse in it. The curse words feel kind of tame, like they say freaking instead of the F word. But hey, I'll take what I can get, man. This was better than Suicide Squad in every possible sense of the word. Yes, the first 30 minutes you can. I know where people are coming from with that. They say, "Oh, it sucks." I can take it or leave it, but I'm not gonna hate on Tara Strong because she's sexier than Hobo with a Stick will ever be, because she's Canadian. When they say "eau to boot" and "apart," doesn't bother me. I find that very sexy in a woman, very sexy. Burn. Anyway, this is an awesome movie. The Killing Joke. If you've read the comic, give this movie a chance. Please. Don't listen to the critics. They're idiots. They don't know what a good movie is. They don't know what art is, okay? They think Moonlighting is the best movie from last year. Some gay agenda freaking twisted movie about a black man living with a freaking illness, or I don't know. I want nothing to do with that. Sorry. Gay agendas are never needed in any films, especially films nowadays and shows nowadays like Supergirl where they have to put it and it's not needed. If this movie didn't have it, and I'm glad. I'd rather have a man and a woman kissing than a man and a man and a woman and woman. It's just not for me. Sorry. Sorry, freaking LGBTQ. I'm not one of you. I'm S. Straight. All the way. Anyway, this has been a great video. I'm glad that I'm finally reviewed this movie. It's awesome. It's a good movie, but it's not for your kids. Don't let them see this. The blood alone will probably take them out of it, and the sex scene is nothing. She takes her shirt off, she shows her bra, and that's it. And but the atmosphere and the darkness and the disturbing imagery may not be for your children. So don't let them watch this until they're a teenager, at least 17 or 18, I would say, or 16, so they can understand it. You don't want to frighten your children, especially if they hate clowns. If they hate clowns, don't let them see this, please. I love clowns. They don't scare me. Anyway, thanks guys for watching. This is an awesome movie. I need to get this on Blu-ray. Screw the haters. Oh, the Joker didn't need a backstory. Guess what? Everybody has a backstory. And I'll leave you at that. See you guys in the next review.